Okay, hi, so this is just a little quick video about taking your still life sketches and developing them into a design for your sculpture. These were the objects I found around school that I did my still life of. I've got a cup and some pens, weird rolling pin and a plastic banana. And yesterday I set up my own little still life just like you're going to have and sat and did a few sketches. Some of them are a little bit like the drawing exercises we use in school. So this is the 3 felt tip pen one where I've used the colours for the light and the dark areas. This is a single line drawing. Some little thumbnail ones behind. There's a more detailed pen I had to go at. And just a sketch that I would normally do, just a pencil sketch of what I could see in front of me. The reason we sketch from life is things actually don't look as we imagine most of the time, and the more I looked, the more I drew, particularly these drawing exercises first. They get you to see exactly what's in front of you and how to represent it, and I got more confident as I drew. But to do a sculpture, we're not just going to do a sculpture that looks exactly like the thing. We're going to put our own artistic comment on that, and that means I need to use another page of my sketchbook, if not two, to start to develop these drawings into something that I want to make as an artist. So there's several things we're going to do. I'm going to look at these sketches all the time. I'm not going to look anymore at my original objects. They're out of the way. Now I'm working from what I could see as an artist. And I'm going to think, well, these are 2D designs, flat images. And I'm going to be drawing flat images here, but they're a plan for a 3D object, a sculpture I want to make. So the first thing I'm going to do is look carefully at my sketches. What have they got in common? What did I really notice as an artist? I actually think I've got some of my perspective wrong, but I really quite like this ring I can see around the top here. So I'm wondering about going for some sort of ring, and then the rest of it seems quite flat. So maybe the ring could be made 3D to be the top of the cup, but I might have some sort of flat piece coming down from behind. That's my initial idea. Or maybe I'll need a flat piece circle for the base. This could be fixed on there so that the cup's sort of nearly there when you look at it from one angle. Could put a handle on. Would I make that flat or 3D? I don't know. I quite like it flat like that. This is just my first idea. If it was hollow like that, I quite like the apple part. I could cut the apple out of a hole, like make a hole that was the apple, still playing with space. So all of these ideas I'm having, they're not easy to draw. I've got a rough sketch of what they're like. What I need to add now is some annotations of the things I've been saying to you, that this would be a hole so you could see through it, that this would be, okay? I'm going to do that and then speed it up for you. I'm going to use some of my shapes to organise my thoughts and to keep my page neat. I'm just going to keep working until this page is pretty much full. I like using this palm method we learn in lower key stage 2, where if I can sort of put my palm of my hand there, that's a nice space to draw. There's a space there for another drawing. Oh, I could fit another drawing here. Okay, I'm going to speed it up now. So now I need to come up with some other ideas. I could work from this one and take it further, or I could go back and to my sketches and see what I notice again. You're constantly feeding off your own ideas and putting them together. Again, I'm just going to work and then I'll talk through what I've done afterwards. Okay, so I've filled up my page quite a bit more. I did a nice little sketch up here that really got my brain ticking, my artistic thing, because I started doing my circles and I was quite enjoying them. And I sort of offset them. Instead of being in line like they would on the mug, I slightly moved them. It makes it look more like it's moving, and I kept the flat panel and I kept the thing, and I liked then because the circles weren't in line anymore, my pencils had to bend, and I suddenly started really enjoying what was coming out of this. The rolling pin, I suddenly realised, looked more like some balls and a cylinder, and I just separated them into separate objects. So that means I can place them in more places. That was more exciting. I thought, well, this is only a little vague sketch, but I'm more interested. So I tried to get even more complex down here. Again, I've got the ring, I've got the flat back, and I made the banana into a sort of box shape, which I quite like, and it intersects, it joins into the back there. So I haven't got the whole banana, I've just chosen a bit of it, and instead of hiding behind the mug like it did in my sketch, I've now made it cut into the mug, and I was like, oh, that's quite interesting. That ball fits quite nicely there. Bent thing, I tried to put a lid on it, thought it looked like a mushroom. I'm not that keen on that. And then I tried to fit this rolling pin through the base, and I'm not very keen. I don't like that. So this is my more final version here. I've got my 3 offset hoops. I've got the side of my mug. I've put the handle going into the banana box. Wow, love it. Not sure if I'm going to fit the apple hole in anymore. And the ball just sitting at the bottom. That's looking like the sort of sculpture I quite fancy making. I think if you'd looked at it, you'd still think, oh, a mug and banana. It's not that dissimilar, but it's got some comments, some of my ideas as well, rather than just being the mug and banana we started with. There's still a bit of space left. I know you guys are going to use some visualizations, some pictures from around the school to think where your sketch might go. It might be quite nice either to draw it on a little piece of paper and stick it on, move it around, or use one of these transparent post-it notes. You can draw and try a sketch on top. There's loads of space still here for doing little detailed drawings, adding more notes. Your sketchbook page should feel fully used, and your sculptures are going to look amazing. Have fun.